Good afternoon to everyone. This is Professor Gauri Kangokar once again, and we're going to start with the second chapter today, that is the organization structure in your TYBMS for project management semester 6. Okay, so starting with what exactly is organization structure. Okay, basically you would have heard organization structure in many organization, in many field and in many industry. Okay, but here in project management we are going to know that what exactly is the structure that you need to follow to make your project and organization a better one. Okay, so starting with the organization structure decides the resources, communication method and other aspect of your project management. Okay, your resources will be your human resources, your money, your land, your entrepreneur, everything. Okay, communication method basically here means how are you who are at the top level going to connect with your lower level or the last level of your hierarchy. Okay, we all know there is top, okay, then there is medium and then there is lower. Okay, so at times what happened is that, say for example, I am a lower level laborer. Okay, I need to directly contact the top management because there is some incident that took place where I do not have the time to follow my hierarchy. Okay, like say for example, in 2008 HUL, that is Hindustan Unilever, faced a very bad situation. Okay, but because of the communication hierarchy, those people were out of the problem. Now what exactly had happened is, if you know that Magnum ice cream comes under HUL. Okay, so HUL's all the goods, I think around 1 or 2.5 crores का ice cream बॉम्बे से पूना जा रहा था. Okay, and it was midnight. Obviously we all know that all the transportation takes place either in the night or early morning. Okay, so it was going from Bombay to Pune. So in the midway, in the Ghats, exactly what happened was the cold storage got spoiled up. Okay, there was some technical issues. Okay, और वो cold storage बंद हो गया. And being ice cream, we need cold storage, especially when you are traveling for a very long distance. Okay, so what happened exactly was कि just because वो cold storage खराब हो गया, there were chances कि वो 1.5 करोड़ का पूरा माल खराब हो सकता था. Okay, so the driver directly called the manager. Okay, manager basically if you see, he is at the top level. ठीक है, he directly called the manager of the product. The manager on the spot reached and then everything was sorted. The communication that happened between the driver and the manager is known as gang plan. ओके, इमेजिन अगर ड्राइवर मे बी मिडिल लेवल में किसी को कॉल करता रात को, वो फ़ोन नहीं उठाता या उसको टॉप लेवल में जाने के लिए टाइम लगता, द होल प्रोडक्ट वुड हैव गॉन वेस्टेड. Okay, money got wasted. ठीक है, that is the second method, that is the communication method. And the other aspect of project management depends upon what kind of project are you doing. Okay, as we said, either you are in the metro part or the Worli part, okay, or any other project that you are into. ठीक है, this is the most common form of an organization. Organizational departments are grouped by areas of specialization within the function. Okay, so even after TYBMS, when you start working, you might have different department to jump into. Okay, you have HR, you have operation, you have finance, you have marketing. Okay, you have your calling. ठीक है, all these department are having people who are specialized in that department. If I am an engineer, okay, in a project management, and मेरे को बोला गया है कि जाके marketing संभाल, will I be able to do that? No, because I am not specified in that department. Okay, so this was the meaning of organizational structure. The next part that we have here is the organizational workflow. Very important. Workflow means how exactly your workflow takes place in an project. ठीक है, within the framework of your project management, you are supposed to form a workflow which is very systematic. Okay, so say for example, there are 10 flows, there are 10 steps that you need to follow. You cannot jump from the first to the sixth one. Okay, if you do that, there is a lot of risk that would be coming to you when you reach the sixth step or maybe the seventh step. Okay, so basically organization flow is the normal systematic flow that happens in an organization. ठीक है, Then you have something known as types of organization. Very, very important. There are 3 types. Okay, the very first one is the functional one. Second one is the metrics one. Third is the projected one. Okay, functional, very easy. Okay, I have also given you the diagram in the PPT. You just need to see that. This question has been repeatedly asked, so we need to take care of this question and be very thorough at it. So functional may, say for example, there is one president. Okay, under that president there is HR department, there is finance department, there is PR department. Okay, now in this department there are designers, there are testers, there are financiers, there are accountant. Okay, there are maybe advertising agency, there are other employees. So president के अंदर अलग अलग departments, and in that department there are employees. This is known as functional, where everything happens very functionally. Okay, the next that we have is the metrics organization. Looking at the picture you would be knowing what exactly I'm talking about. So metrics में you have a general manager. Okay, general manager के अंदर I have 4 different managers. जनरल मैनेजर के अंदर मेरे और मैनेजर्स है, बट फॉर डिफरेंट फंक्शंस. Like someone who is handling the division function, someone who is handling the maybe labor functions. Okay, so again general manager, उसके अंदर managers, और उसके अंदर I am having different named project managers. If I am making Worli ceiling project, if I have that project in my hand, I will see to it कि एक बंदा ब्रिज बनाने के पीछे है, एक बंदा डिज़ाइन बनाने के पीछे है, एक बंदा मेरा allocation of funds कर. Okay, so these are like the different managers. Okay, then you have the projectorized organization. Basically in this organization the project manager is the real boss. Whatever the project manager says, you are supposed to do it. ठीक है, there is no top, there is no middle, there is just only one manager, that is project manager. Okay. Okay, the next part that we have is the SBU. I'm very sure you would have come across this in your FY and SY BMS. So SBU stands for Strategic Business Unit. Okay, Strategic Business Unit means a unit that is specially made in an organization to concentrate on that one particular theme. Okay, like say for example, people who call you up from banks, do you really think those are bank people? No, these are BPO people, the call center people. So say for example, I have account in Axis, okay, and Axis Bank is continuously calling me to take up a credit card. Okay, the people who are calling me are not Axis employees. अगर Axis employees calling करे तो उनका actual काम कौन करेगा? Hence the calling part, which is a very important part, has been given to an SBU. Okay, SBU is there in your own company or you are outsourcing it. ठीक है? Okay. Then you have the characteristics. ठीक है? The very first characteristic is of SBU that you have a separate business. Okay, it might be in one organization but separate. I am not going to poke my nose into that SBU. ठीक है? Because I have all specialized people in that. ठीक है? So they do not come in my work, I do not go in their work. Next is own set of competitors. You have your own set of competitors. ठीक है? SBU is going to have their अलग से competitor. I am going to have my own competitors. Competitors might not be same or might be same. Then you have manager for accountability. Very important. Okay, there are times when I need to know what exactly is happening in my SBU. Though I am the owner, I want to know what is happening there. So I need books of account. कि कितना कैश इनफ्लो है, कितना कैश आउटफ्लो है. Okay. Moving to the next part, the advantages of SBU. Again, an important answer for 5 marks, short notes, or it can be asked in your MCQs as well. The very first one is responsibility. Obviously, you have a very different one, whole unit in your hand to take care of. So you are supposed to be responsible for that. Then you have accountability. Accounts देना है, as I said, cash inflow, cash outflow. Then you have strategy. Very important. Without strategy, your SBU is not going to work. SBU का फुल फॉर्म ही क्या है, स्ट्रैटेजिक बिजनेस यूनिट्स और स्मॉल बिजनेस यूनिट्स, राइट? सो यू आर सपोज टू यूज स्ट्रैटेजी इन दैट. Then you have independency. As I said, the parent company is not going to poke his nose in the SBU. You take care of your SBU and you give me the rewards that I want. Then I will invest more in it. Okay. And the last one is your fund allocation. ठीक है? Okay, fine. So with this we are done with your chapter number 2. Coming to the next chapter, that is chapter number 3, project selection. Okay, so basically it's very easy, okay, to explain you this part. Project selection means I am not confused to select the project, but I am physically, mentally and money wise putting my choices to select the project. If I know that if I take up metro project in my hand, it is not going to gain the audience or the consumers, because consumers are going to go to the Indian Railways. Okay, I won't take that project. But if I know that अगर मैंने metro बनाया तो मे बी इंडियन रेलवे का थोड़ा सा पार्ट शिफ्ट होगा मेट्रो में. People will very nicely, very calmly have the travel experiences. Okay, we have this nice infrastructure station, we have AC, we have a very systematic ticket token pickup. Okay, so there are certain factors that you need to pick up before picking up the project. Okay, why do you think that it is very important to first think and then select the project? Because you should know that I am producing what, why, how much, for whom and when. If you know these 5 answers, you are go through. ठीक है? Then you have your types of project selection. The very first type is payback period. Okay, payback period means if I am calculating number wise, and if I am investing 10 crores in one project, okay, I am supposed to get maybe 80 crores after 2 or 3 years. That is the payback. तुम जितना डालते हो उससे डबल या into 3 मिलना is payback. If I know that in this project I am going to gain no profit, why would I get into that? Okay. Then you have NPV, net present value. I am very sure in the second year of your BMS you would have come across these terms. Net present value means मैंने जितना पैसा डाला है वो तो मुझे आएगा, और ऊपर से थोड़ा सा और प्रॉफिट भी आएगा या इंटरेस्ट भी आएगा. ओके, ठीक है. एंड द लास्ट वन इज IRR, interest rate return. Interest rate return means in this particular thing I am going to get the principal amount also, the extra profit also, plus the interest also. If I am putting 10 crores in one project, okay, I need to calculate the interest also, because वही 10 करोड़ अगर मैं बैंक में डालता तो मुझे शायद उसका इंटरेस्ट भी मिलता. Okay, so when the profit, the principal amount, the interest come together, it is known as IRR. Okay, we also have some sums to be done in this chapter, so we will be going through that as well.